Okay, another one I was really interested in checking out was the one that apparently I had modded a long time ago, and maybe this is like a video game store kind of a thing, and somebody traded it in on a newer console. Who knows? But I'm curious what went wrong with the jacks, and also if this one has the little circuit board that I use for the amplifier. Looks like some of the glue got down in there. If I can break that off or cut through it. It's pretty strong. Don't want to risk breaking the shell though. I can see the amplifier already. This is a really old one. This is pre-circuit board right here. There we go. Hey. Barely lift open all the wires that were wrapped around the jacks. Okay, this tells me a couple things. The fact that I've used masking tape means this may have been from as early as 2003 or 4. I don't remember what the deal was, but I switched to using regular electrical tape, and I was still hand making the amps like this, but I switched to electrical tape sometime afterwards, but I was using masking tape when I first started doing these mods. Another thing this tells me is these jacks are from Mouser, because when I first started doing these mods I was ordering the jacks from Mouser, so the jacks are not just cheap crappy jacks. That wire even broke off of that one. Been twisted around too much. But the problem with these Mouser jacks is they did not have a lock washer. The new ones that I use, these are cheap Chinese jacks, but they have a lock washer as well as the nut and a grounding washer on them. So that lock washer probably helps this problem. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut those off there, since I'm going to redo them anyway. Yeah, he glued that one on permanently. That's too bad. So anyway, I know the console works. And this is also before I started cutting and lifting pin 21. This is the Games X mod. I think Kevin Horton came up with this mod a long time ago. And somewhere in, I think, early or mid 2009, there was a thread on NES-Dev, and the guy's named Darth Cloud mentioned why not use the front loader circuitry. So this amp got replaced with the circuit board that I use now. That's 3 of them right there. But so the other thing was to lift pin 21 on the PPU to get rid of the jail bars. And I don't remember who mentioned doing that. So this is where video was pulled on the Games X mod. You had to cut and lift resistor 3 up here, and then cut the trace under it, which went onto the RF modulator, and then you would pull video from, I guess it would have been the front side of R3, which is right here, and that went to the amp. Let's see, what a mess. Obviously I was pulling ground from over here, and audio and power from the RF modulator pins. Let's see if I can take this masking tape off. There's no harm in using masking tape, but just because it's, it's only 5 volts. It's probably not going to short through masking tape. I think that's just all I had on hand at the time. I don't remember. It's been close to 10 years ago now. But this is how I would assemble these. Instead of using a circuit board, you would just twist the component legs together on these various components and solder them. Worked fine, except for I don't know, maybe, of course this one is way different than the one I use now. This one is just, 4 resistors and I think it was an NPN transistor. A little easier to build. But every once in a while, like, when I shoved the amp down into a hole to where it would stay there, it would push some of those legs together and they would short, and then it wouldn't work. And on the new circuit, which is the same circuit used in the front loader, before I was using the circuit board, I was also doing it this way, and it had a 220 microfarad electrolytic cap, which is polarized, and on occasion I would get that soldered backwards, and it would not work. And, of course, I wouldn't find this out until I had the whole thing back together and was testing it on the TV and realized, crap, something went wrong. So, maybe 2 or 3 out of 100 would actually fail like that, but it was enough for me to want to go to the circuit board just to make it quicker to assemble and less likely to fail after it was completed. So, throw this one back on the working pile and get it cleaned up. There's really nothing I can do for all the glue around that jack, so I'll leave the composite jack on there, but I might actually, I'll either replace these jacks, or what I might do is add some epoxy glue on the inside. Since there's no lock washer on it, I'll just glue it in place. But he'll have to sell this one with some crud going on the outside of this jack, which it's on the back of the console. You'll never see it. Once it's hooked up, who cares, Still got a nice pretty top loader on the front. Of course, there's no LED mod on this one, which I don't even remember when I started doing the LED mod. That might have also been somewhere in 2009 as well. Yeah, I don't believe I was doing LED mods for a very long time either. So anyway, that's the look inside of the old AV modded top loader. Let's move on.